Well, this is Muttley's garage with an update. I've got everything buttoned up. I tested the throttle. I tested the pedal assist. Everything's working perfectly. It's fully charged. I just need to lock it down. And I have to figure out what I'm going to do for panniers because the kit that I had there, as shown, wants to use the top bag and then unfold the panniers, whatever you want to call them. So that's going to have to go by the wayside. I was never really happy with it, but I'll give that to somebody who wants it. And I have the rest of the mounting. I kind of modified it to use for my bike. I actually like the setup here. I think the only thing I'm going to do now is I'm not going to use heat shrink on this little bit of wire going out from the seat stem base into it. I'll just tie that down a little bit. But everything's working perfectly. Let's see if I can demonstrate it for you here. And then tomorrow when I have a little more time, I'm kind of busy right now, we're going to take it for a little bit of a test ride. So let's see if we can turn it on. First we have to turn this button on, and then you turn this on, which is fairly simple. Let's go to mode. Yes, so let's go to low mode. And there's no mode, there's low, medium, high, no mode at all. And the throttle overrides everything, so we can show you the throttle. Yeah, that's working great. And the brakes also work. They stop it immediately. And then we can go to the pedal cadence, and there it goes. So they call it a cadence sensor. It's down at the crank, and it allows that to sense what you're doing. And I have it set on low there, but this has a lot of power. This battery, controller, motor combo have a lot of power. But when I just roll the bike backwards and forwards, it's pretty nice. I really have no complaints. It's really not that bulky. It's got a low enough center of gravity for a little guy like me. So anyway, we'll take it out on a demo ride tomorrow and give you feedback for how well it works. But anyway, the basic project's done. The only thing I might do is fine-tune the rear brakes. I don't really use rear brakes, but I might as well get them working well. I want to get the brake cable off the fender, as you can see. So we'll get that done. All right, this is Muttley's Garage signing out. Let's start. We go over here. We add throttle. Now we have throttle. Level 1. We kick it in gear. There it goes. And then we'll just do standalone throttle. Throttle obviously works. All right. And brake. Okay. Just to show you a little bit what I've done here, I finished the project. I did send the rear wheel back because I thought it wasn't right, but I was thoroughly convinced by a very cooperative gentleman at the EBO. It's perfectly okay, and I appreciated that. Anyway, the whole bike you can see there. Motor, battery, controller. This is just the control head at the handlebar with my light, my cycle computer, my battery for my light. I have a little bracket for my GPS, the front and rear derailleur, shift mechanisms, and then the new brake levers there, and they have a switch so that when you're running the bike and then you brake, it turns them. Okay. Beyond all that, a while ago I added a kind of a different design seat because I really wasn't comfortable with the one I had. The wiring's pretty tidy. There's one wire that comes from the main wheel outlet, and there's a little service loop, and that keeps moisture from draining into the axle if it goes down this wire. Also, the only really short wire was the one from the sensor on up into the control box, and it's just large enough to fit in there, or long enough and connect with the connector inside. But that was okay, and the owner indicated that they were going to make that a little bit longer in the future, so that's good. Anyway, this project's done.